What's going on, everybody? This is Matt with Hitmen Sports, back here for episode number 3 of our podcast. And just want to see how everybody's doing here. Introduce you to the fellas again.
Sean, how you guys doing?
Tommie here as well. So definitely excited. It was a good week last week. We got off 2 cases of Donruss, pulled out a Bijan Marvel, pulled out a Joe Namath Downtown, and we pulled out a 2 in Marvel. Definitely a couple nice cases. That was a fun week. This week we are looking forward to some more Donruss. So we got Donruss tomorrow night, PYT'd, and throughout the week we'll have some more certified origins and what was 1-1?
1-on-1 basketball,
Yep.
and then on eBay we have Inception baseball
Correct.
breaks ending tonight and tomorrow night. So be sure to check those out too.
Mm-hmm.
So on the next thing we'll touch on here are the new releases. So like I said, we will have Inception baseball breaks. Auctions are ending on eBay tonight, Tuesday, the 5th, and also the 6th, Wednesday. So be sure to check those out. And then we'll be doing those live right here on the same YouTube channel. With Inception this year, they have a new, what do they call that? The first milestone autograph relic. So what that is, it's actually pieces of base from when the rookies made their debut game. So like, if they stole a base or whatever, the game... if they recorded their first hit, it'll be a piece of the base or maybe a piece of their jersey. Just
That's
something.
very cool.
Yeah, it's actually really sick. And then
Fanatics is really doing a good job.
Yeah, they're
putting
really
some different
changing
stuff into
changing
the
a lot of
products
that.
this year. I really like that.
Also with Inception, there's of course a bunch of RPAs that are very nice, and they also have the autograph booklets which have sick, huge
Oh yeah,
patches
that
in
Mets
them.
one there looks pretty
Yeah.
interesting.
So triple autographs, dual autographs. Inception's just an overall stellar product for baseball. Especially if you're looking for... It's definitely rookie heavy, but you still can get some vet autographs in it. So be sure to check that one out. In addition to that, we also got 1-on-1 basketball, 22-23, another hot release, of course, because this one includes the chance of getting a downtown card, which we all know how those sell and the value they hold. In addition to the downtowns, you got the Timeless Moments vertical autographs, which are like the vet autographs with moments from actual games, like, NBA Finals and stuff like that. And, of course, you got the rookie... jersey autographs in that with the nice patches in that one. But the big chase in that one is the downtown, like I mentioned. So we'll have some of that on Whatnot as well, so be sure to check that one out too. And then those are your 2 big new releases for this week. So with that, we'll move into our picks part of the segment. I'll throw that over to Sean. Recap last week. Wasn't the greatest week for any of us.
Nope, it definitely wasn't. One thing I do want to mention before we start the picks is December 19th, we have a giveaway stream from 2 to 4, so be sure to check that out. The last giveaway stream we had just a couple days ago was a huge success. A lot of good cards were given away, so definitely check it out on Whatnot.
Last chance to get some free stuff for Christmas presents if you want it.
So December 19th, 2 to 4.
Yep.
But so to recap last week, Matt was 1-4 on his picks. I was 2-4 on my 2-3 on my picks, and Tommie, well, yeah, he was 0-5.
Yeah.
So, so in case you want to know where we stand so far through 2 weeks of doing this, Matt is 6-4, I'm 6-4, and Tommie is 3-7. So here we go into this week's picks. We did 5 games, and we're going to start with the Patriots at Pittsburgh. Who you got, Matt?
Well, I'm not as confident this week as I was last week, but of course I'm going to have to pick the Steelers on this one. Which team's going to show up, I don't know. We don't have Kenny Pickett this week. We're going with Mitch Trubisky, but the Patriots are literally probably, besides the Panthers, the worst team in the NFL. So if we lose this one, I really don't know what to say, but I'm really going to go with the Steelers on this one. I think they should win by 5 points. That's my guess.
And to start my second week in a row at 0-5, I'm going to take the Patriots here. Really, there's really no deciding factor here, except I just feel really wonky about this game. It's in Pittsburgh, so I have no reason to be taking the Pats, but I just feel like Belichick's job's on the line, and if he doesn't win one more game, he's definitely out. So I took the Pats.
This is one of those games that nobody really wants to watch, but unfortunately it's football, so we're going to have to. There's no Ramondre Stevens. I don't think he's playing on Thursday, so the run game's going to be crap. The quarterback play of the Patriots is crap. Mac Jones, Bailey Zappi, I don't know which one's worse. I mean, you might be able to throw Zach Wilson in there and get more yards than those guys.
All right, he took the Steelers.
But I'm taking the Steelers on that one. I think Trubisky blind is a better quarterback than Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi. So
All I can say for that game is take the under.
Yeah.
Even if it's 25, take it.
I'm going Pittsburgh there. So we're going to roll into the second game, which is Colts at Cincinnati. Now, we all know the Colts have been road warriors this year, going 5-1 on the road. Cincinnati's 3-3 at home. Last week, I felt like this was going to be a very easy win because Browning looked like poop. But then all of a sudden yesterday, he looked like Aaron Rodgers. So it's actually a tougher game than I was thinking. Since the post-Manning era, this is the kind of quarterback that the Colts would actually lose to. They beat people like Mahomes, Rodgers, then they lose to a guy like Jake Browning. Not taking anything away because he played great, but this is the kind of quarterback they've lost to since Manning has not been a Colt. But I am going to take the Colts. I think they just, I don't know, they're a gritty team, and I think they have the better coaching staff with Steichen. I know it's hard to say it's his rookie year, but I think he's going to be a really good coach in this league. I'm taking the Colts. Tommy.
Also took the Colts. Just not betting against the Colts anymore this year. It just doesn't seem like a very fun bet anymore. But in all honesty, I mean, Cincinnati, the chances for me of Jake Browning coming out and looking at 2 games in a row, tough. Plus the Colts can kind of sit back and look at that game footage and be like, all right, he's taking these risks. These are the risks he's taking. And it's like, it's not going to look as impressive against the Colts, I don't think. So I'll take the Colts, and I think they might win that one in a landslide. But again, don't really like that game either.
It's a tough game. It's really a hard game to pick.
Yep, and I mean, I also went with the Colts. I mean, these guys have already touched on a lot of the points in that, but the points that I was going to touch on. But yeah, I mean, which team's going to show up for the Bengals? The one that played the first 2 weeks ago against the Steelers, or the one that just played, this past weekend or should I say last night, and beat the Jaguars? You really don't know. I mean. So I will give the slight edge to the Colts. I don't think it's going to be a blowout on either end.
I don't think it will be.
I think the Colts have just been the more consistent team.
Yeah.
It's like, when it comes down to it, they're 7-5. I mean, they've just found
they
a
play
way
better
to
on the road
win
than they do at home
in a lot of games. Like, they've just found a way to win.
Right.
And I think that doesn't stop here. I mean, we'll see.
I think they keep moving forward. So
the next game is the Bills at the Chiefs. Definitely a hugely deciding factor here for, Patrick Mahomes' career, totally not in jeopardy, but Josh Allen's got a lot to prove here. Josh Allen's got to go out and win this game, and I think Dayball, for them as well, has got to go out and win this game. I don't think they do it. I think the Chiefs win this game. I think that Patty, coming off a loss, has been pretty consistent throughout his career, and I think he's feeling like he's got to take over the AFC here. So I think they win that game. I don't know if it's handily, but it's definitely a prove-it game for the Bills.
I am going to go in a different direction with this game. I look at the Bills and I just can't see them at 6-7. Like, I think it's more detrimental to them than it is to Chiefs because the Chiefs would just be 8-5, where the Bills would be 6-7, and the chance of them making the playoffs would probably be almost dead at that point. I can't see them going 6-7. Both of these teams, and here's something that's crazy. Both of these teams are 2-3 their last 5. Think about that.
That is crazy.
Bills and Chiefs 2-3 their last 5 games. I feel like the Bills have to get this one more than the Chiefs, and I think the Bills win this one.
What's the spread on that game?
I don't know. I didn't even look
I think
at
it's
the spread.
like Chiefs like -2. It's
Yeah,
not
well,
right.
I think the Bills win this game. I think that's like a 27-24 kind of game. I don't like what the receivers are doing for the Chiefs. And I don't know, but this past game against the Packers, Kelsey kind of looked a little slow.
Yeah, it's not the first time this season. He's definitely...
I don't know. He's not the same Kelsey.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm going with the Bills.
Yeah.
What about you, Matt?
So on this one, I took the Chiefs. Now, you can throw it out. This year was different, but I was just looking it up earlier. And coming into this year, historically, Mahomes is 13-3 after a loss. And he's only ever lost 2 consecutive games 3 times in his career, and it hasn't been since 2021. So I just don't see him losing 2 in a row. I mean, that's how I feel about it. This time of the year, it's December. Last week was December too, but this is when the Chiefs really start to turn it up.
They do.
The only difference between this year and as in previous years, they really don't have.
That's a pick'em game.
They don't have any. They don't have any help on the outside. I mean, there's no receivers. They have no deep threat. I mean, you got Kelsey over the middle, and that's about it. You got no receivers that can go deep. So that's been the difference this year.
Yes.
But I still think the Chiefs will edge it out, and maybe win with a Butker field goal at the end. I mean, he hasn't missed it all this year, so that's So exactly. I'm going with the Chiefs on that one. Next one's going to be the Ravens and Rams. So Tommy, you can lead that one off.
All right, so we got the Rams coming into Ravens. Ravens look like they could take over the AFC, but they also look like they could fall out of the damn playoffs, in my opinion. I mean, that offense likes to put up 35 points, and then they like to put up 20 points. It's one of the more inconsistent things this season, but I think Lamar does come out and win this game big. This is just a typical game that they go out and blow their opponents out. It's at home, end of the season, and Lamar needs a big game to get back in the MVP race, and I think he does that.
Yep.
This is one, if you would ask me a couple weeks ago, it would have been a no-brainer for me, but the way the Rams have played the last 3 weeks, which were all victories, Stafford has been playing a lot better. I don't know. It's like suddenly they're getting back into their hunt, which makes them a little bit more of a dangerous opponent.
And Kyron Williams has been so good.
I feel the Ravens need it more with the Chiefs and Jags losing. I think gives the Ravens extra incentive, which is why I lean towards them. But I think it's going to be a closer game than people expect. I don't know. The Rams have been pretty good these last 3 weeks. But I'm going to take the Ravens in this one. I feel the home advantage is going to go in their play.
I agree. I think the Ravens will win. They're coming off a bye. They should be well rested.
Yeah.
It's a home game. I mean, they don't have Mark Andrews, but maybe for them, I think that they said that it's possible he could come back for the playoffs if they get, a little bit. If they win 1 or 2 games, like maybe the AFC Championship if they get that far, or maybe the divisional round. I'm not sure. Again, that's up in the air. But anyways, I do think that they're going to win this game. They should win. Should win by a touchdown, I think.
I was just about to say, if it was Ravens -7, where are you guys going?
I might take the Rams with 7.
Yeah, 7. I mean, I think it's going to be right around
Rams 7 right now.
The Rams have played good these last 3 weeks.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I think I might be the only one that still takes the Ravens. And not that I think it's a problem. I think the Ravens just have a...
I think they'll win. What's his name?
Winning, but I think the Rams with 7 points is a good play.
What's his name has been... I mean, not that he's been like a power back or nothing, but that nobody's been able to stop Mitchell or whatever so far. Yeah. Whoever saw that coming, I didn't. But in any case, I do think the Ravens will edge them out on this one, somewhere around 7 points. That's my guess. So then the final pick is going to be the Eagles at the Cowboys.
This is a big game.
So yeah, this is another one of these where if it was 3-4 weeks ago, I might have a different opinion on it. But based on recent play in the last 2 weeks, I'm going to go with the Cowboys in this one. Again, this could very easily go either way, but I'm going to go with the home team here. Give it to the Cowboys. They've been the most consistent on offense throughout this season. Pretty damn well dominant, and the Eagles' defense hasn't been as good as it was last year. So I think the Cowboys will probably win this one. I mean, I don't really think it'll be a blowout, but I think that I could easily see them winning by 7-10. But if they only win by a field goal, I could see that too. But I'm going with the Cowboys in that one in Dallas.
This is a very hard game to pick. There's only 2 teams in the NFL that are undefeated at home. Dallas is one of them, Miami being the other.
Wow.
I initially thought about taking the Eagles, but the way that the Niners went in there and punched them in the teeth right there in Philadelphia, that is kind of how I've been feeling about the Eagles the last few weeks. I've said it last week. I don't think they're as good as they were last year. I'm not saying they're not a great team, if not still maybe the best team in the NFL. But I don't think they're as good as they were last year. I think their offense is a little not as good, and their defense hasn't been as good. But then again, we're talking about Dak Prescott here. And these are the kind of games where Dak just kind of
historically, the Cowboys will be Cowboys.
He
so
shits his bed. You know,
yeah,
he just.
I'm saying
Yeah.
the Cowboys team in general just doesn't put up in big moments sometimes.
And we can all say that as much as we want, but I also took the Cowboys.
Yeah,
I
I took the Cowboys, but this is the kind of game where Dak craps his bed. It is.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is where he screws up.
We'll have 2 or
throws that
3
costly-
picks.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm going to take Dallas just because they're at home. But it wouldn't shock me if the Eagles win this game by 10.
Yeah.
Just because of Dak.
And just to compile on what Sean said, not only is Dallas undefeated at home this year, they're actually on a 14-game win streak at home.
Yeah.
So this dates back to last season. They've been just killing it at home. Whatever Jerry built there, it's been working.
And what was that just a couple days ago? Seattle almost beat them at home.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to take the boys here as well, but I think that's a slobber knocker. I don't think that's a blowout. I mean, the only way that that's a blowout is if Micah turns it into if he turns the Eagles offense into his team. Like, if all of a sudden Micah's just all over the field, sacking Hurts, keeping him completely kind of on his heels, then that's how that game's going to blow out. But I think that Dak doesn't hit the crapper just yet.
but for his sake.
It'll happen in the playoffs.
All right, that's going to wrap it up, guys and girls. So I just want to mention one time, if you guys aren't following us on all of our socials, please do so. That way you can keep up to date with all of our breaks or anything else we got going on. I want to mention one more time, which we'll mention again next week. But on the 19th, we're going to be doing that giveaway stream from 2 to 4 and whatnot. So be sure to check that out. We'll get that show listed here soon so you can bookmark it. And be sure to check that one out. And if you guys have anything else to add, just let me know.
Have a good rest of your week.
Yep. And get those bids in on eBay for Inception and check us out on Whatnot tomorrow night.
Exactly.
And the rest
That
of the week.
Donruss break is going to be fire.
All right. Later.